Hey there. Welcome to the Peach Tea Podcast. This is me, Georgie P. And I'm so glad that you guys are back to join me again. As we all know, episode 1 was pretty trash. It did not go as well. So we're going to try again. Take number 2, take number 4 really, but episode number 2. So we're going to try again. It's only up from here, right? So, today's inspiration is your words are your bond, but your actions are your truth. Okay? What I mean by that is just this. So, like, we all say a lot of different things like, yeah, I'll help you out. Just call me. Yeah, I have no problem being for you. Just call me. Like, not a problem. But when somebody calls you, are you really there for that person? Are you really there for them? Like, really, like, if the person you said to call you, if they were to call you right now, would you be able to answer that call and would you be able to help them? And would you actually want to help them? That's the question. That's really the motherfucking question. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to be cussing. That's really the question. Do you actually mean that though? Like, really, do you? I don't think so. Like, because the reason why I say this, okay, so the reason why I say this is because is that somebody you would actually do that thing for. Does that sound wrong? I think that might sound wrong, but I don't want it to sound wrong. But it might sound like if this person was to call you at 2 o'clock in the morning and tell you that they were in an accident or that they had a flat tire or that somebody was trying to break into their house and they needed help to escape, would you be that friend to be able to open up your door? Would you? I would be for certain people. But I would honestly tell you, like, if you need somebody to be there for you for certain things, I would. But if you said like some big wild shit, I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't. That's the truth. But going into your actions or your truth, backing that up. So if you tell that person, are you going to be there for them? Are you really going to be there for them? I have certain people I would be there for. Do you really be fighting in these streets? Do you really be having these people's back with like everything that you say? Like, if somebody says they're going to go kill somebody, will you go help them hide the body? Depending on the person, I probably would not. Like, I don't want to go to jail. That's something I know. I'm not the baddest looking, but I'm not the best looking. So it's just like, do I want to go to jail for helping? Like, what is the reason why we're hiding this body? But okay, so that's a little extreme. But taking it back down to like, why are we stealing these candy canes from Santa Claus? What if you steal somebody's cow? Like, is somebody really going to be able to help you? I'm just saying, because cows are a lot of work. Like, stealing candy canes from Santa Claus is kind of easy because candy canes are everywhere. But like stealing a cow is a big thing. It's a lot to kind of take. If you get what I'm saying, don't say things that you actually wouldn't do. And this is something personally that I'm working on myself. And when you're working on it yourself, when you're working on it yourself and you say these things, do not say it if it's something you don't actually believe is feasibly possible. That's honest. That's true. Like, don't say you're going to do something if you're really not going to do it. I had an example, but it was kind of big and like expansive, and I don't think it's actually something that even I would do. So I got something to say. What I want to say is, please stop posting about like y'all personal lives about on social media. And what I mean by that is like, I don't want to hear about what your uncle did to your sister, or what you did to your sister, or what your sister did to you, or what your best friend did to you. And the reason why I say this is because I used to be that person, and I only did that a lot of times. I did that a lot of times. But it doesn't get you anywhere. Like the attention that you actually truly want and the attention that you think that you're going to get is not the attention that you're actually going to get. Like people might be there for you and people might actually help you out, but are those people helping you out because they want to help you out, or are they helping you out of pity? And do you really want to have a pity party? Because I don't think that I would want somebody to help me out of their not kindness of their heart. Why are you posting about your personal business on social media? Because let's actually talk about it. If you're posting about these things online, when you post about these things on like Facebook and stuff, okay, this is going to sound conspiracy theorist, this, but when you're posting about these things are left in the cloud like forever. So you can go back and look for these things. Like if somebody really wanted to hack your life and hack your page, they could go back and find things that you posted. And I personally know I've posted some wildness. Like I know I've posted some wild shit. And it's not okay. And if you're like 15, 16, I give it to you. Puberty. Life happens. It happens. But if you're like my age, I am not no spring chicken. I'm a spring hen. But I'm not no you little like young thing out here in the streets. Why would I personally sit up here and like go and post about stuff that's happening to me, but that's going on with somebody else? Because what is that going to get me? I'm just saying, for me, it's a little bit too much. I don't know if it's too much for you, but for me, it's a little bit too much. I don't mind seeing like the happy go lucky things. I love those things. I love love. I love growth. I love that. But don't be sitting up here always being negative on fucking social media. I don't get on social media for that. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I get on social media for. Let's talk about it. What I get on social media for is cat videos, duck videos, animal videos, recipe videos, skincare videos, hair videos. I get on social media for those things. I don't get on TikTok. I'm not much of a TikToker. I'm kind of old school. Not all good deals are good deals. That's why like I'm just really iffy about certain things. All right. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the achievements of my week. My achievements of my week is I made soap. That's not something I typically do, but I made soap. So my soap did not come out exactly how I wanted. I'm just going to be realistic. So I created a body wash and I used it on myself. And I'm not going to say it's bad. It's not bad at all. It is bad, but it's not the worst. I just need to add more soap to it. I actually meal prepped. So when I say a meal prep, like I actually meal prepped for a like a week. I meal prepped for a week. I got smoothie things that should last me about a week or so. And I'm very proud of myself because it's hard to stick with it. I can say I'm proud of myself because I've been doing it for 21 days. And 21 days is the amount of time that it typically takes for you to create a habit. So making smoothies, which I don't make just any other smoothie. So one thing that I don't like is I'm going to tell you something that not a lot of people tell you. When you get healthy, not everything tastes good. You might not always have like the best flavorful of things. And I made sure that I recorded my podcast on time. And that's a really big thing. So I was listening to a podcast, and I'm not going to call them out, but if you are within my close circle, then you know who they are because I send you their podcast kind of often. Um, they posted something recently where one of the women said, when you actually want something, like, you go for it and you continue to push for it. And there are things that I go for, and I'm trying to open up and expand myself to be able to do these things. And doing that is opening up myself to do this podcast, is opening up myself to be able to say things that I typically would not say on the normal day, but I would if I had a typical medium, like people who understood me and people who knew I'm a little wild. It's a pre-written one. So this is going to be like this might be a little longer segment than what I expected. My roots are deep and I stand firm within who I am. I just want to build off of this. So I was raised by some really strong people. And I don't think that people give their relatives, their elders, let me say this, I don't think that people give their elders sometimes enough credit. But I'm not saying all elders deserve credit, but I know that my elders at least do. And for as long as the stories that have been told, now, from what I've seen in the stories, like, most times they add up. Most times. I'm not going to say all the time, but I'm just saying. So I don't really want to keep mentioning this, but I'm just going to speak the truth. So somebody snitched on me and told my grandparents that I was a stripper. And that's how people in my family started to find out. Somebody also snitched on me and told my family that I suck balls. But I told that person in confidentiality. But there's nothing wrong with sucking balls. Like, that's part of standing firm on who you are. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this very clearly. When it first came out that I was sucking balls, I was not upset. I was a little embarrassed. But the way that life is and the way that shit be coming out about people, like, I'm not saying I eat ass, but there ain't nothing wrong with sucking a little egg maker or two, a little saute pan. But I'm just saying. But that's also standing firm on who you are. Like, standing firm on who you are is also standing firm on the things that you do. So if you stand firm on the things that you do in the bedroom, and you stand firm on the person that you are outside and in front of people, then you are really truly the person that you say and that you preach to other people. Like, the part of practice what you preach is being able to back up what you say. And that goes back to your word being your bond. Like, your word being your bond and practicing what you preach is literally the same exact thing, just different words. Am I not wrong? Am I not saying what everybody else is saying, but just in different words and different tones? I think that I am. But I'm just saying. I just hope that like my word gets out. Remember, your truth is your bond. Be confident in who you are. You are your own true person. That may have been loud, but editing will come in the future. Right now, we're just rocking with who we are. Fuck it. Not fuck it. But like they said in Grace and Frankie, fuck it. Like Jane Fonda said, fuck it. It's the Peach Tea Podcast. I'm so glad that you guys were here. I'm so glad that we had a great time. I will see you guys again. I love you. Have a great week. Peace.